Welcome to another edition of All Octaves with me, Val Kleinhans. We have Circadia here, big fan of the electric rock pop sound they've got going on in their music, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Thank you so much for being here, Nathan. Alyssa.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So tell me, how did you two first meet?
Her and I met through a friend of a friend on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
interestingly. Um, we are married now, as of October of last year. So, and we started out as, just a couple dating, and then I think in early 2021, I'd realized how passionate for music she was. Not, I mean, probably about as much as me, and we both really liked the sound that Circadia has. So she joined in 2021, and we started running as a duo, basically.
Okay, cool. So just the two of you.
We market ourselves as a duo, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Who made the first move when it came to you two?
Me, yeah.
Yeah. Alyssa, did he impress you? How did he get you?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it's just because he was different. Went for somebody like that was outside of like what I used to date. Went with somebody who
Yeah.
I thought more, somebody who aligned more with my passions and not just like I need to fix the problem.
Yeah, every guy tries to do that. Why do they always be doing that? They're like, I can fix everything for you. I can be the knight in shining armor, and it's just like might not be what we're looking for right now. So let's start. Just about how Circadia began.
Yeah, it started as a side project in 2018, just dabbling in the world of electronica because I'm a big Owl City Churches fan.
Mm,
And I just wanted to explore and experiment while I was full time in an alternative rock band. And the first full length record, Seeking Completion, came out in November of 2019. Her and I actually met
No.
in like literally like 4 days before the record came out.
oh
So,
wow.
yeah. Um, so the first album is basically entirely me, like self-produced, with me and my friend Dan. Um, but she didn't actually get involved in Circadia till 2021.
Mhm.
Um, but of course, it's interesting because the album came out very shortly before the pandemic hit. So
Mm.
when that went into full effect in March of 2020, I didn't really do much with it. I put it on the back burner and almost forgot about it.
I mean, it's not like we could do much anyway because
Right.
every venue was closed or you needed a vaccine or they had such restrictions on a lot of things.
Yeah. So then in 2021, I re-listened to the album, completely forgetting or just remembering how proud of the product I was, and I was like, you know what, I want to run with this as my basically permanent band. Like I want it to be, because one of the main things I've learned throughout the years, most recently especially, is that any band that has a lot of major success nowadays has been a band for at least a decade.
Mm. Why do you think
So,
that is?
well, it's like, for example, Shinedown is a good
Hmm.
example. They've been a band for over 2 decades. They didn't become really successful until The Sound of Madness came out.
Hmm.
I mean, they had some decent like hits, but they didn't really skyrocket until The Sound of Madness came out,
Yeah,
which
I feel
was
what
their
you're saying.
fourth full length record. So it took them four
Hmm.
albums to really go places. Um, so I just feel like I've in the past I've been in so many different bands and projects, so many different genres. I never stuck with one particular thing, but I had the most positive feedback about how my voice sounds with electronic rock. So that was how I kind of ran with it. And then she joined in 2021. Her influence has helped a lot on our second full length record, which should be coming out this year. So, yeah.
Cool. What influences do you bring, Alyssa?
I have a bit of a different like taste in music than he does. He has a lot of like metal, a lot of hard rock. I bring in more of like the pop sound. I just love K-pop. One of my
Fun.
guilty pleasures.
Yes.
So bring that in, it's the more poppy, dancey style of music, and then he brings in more of like the heavier instruments, the heavy guitar, the bass, things like that, and we try to like bring those together to make the alternative pop rock electronic music.
Awesome. Do you remember the first time that you made music together? What was that like?
Uh, it was pretty cool. I think, well, I mean, most recently it was the most we've done on our up and coming record, which it's already released to the world. That the album is called Built from Heartache. Um, we have two songs on the record that she's heavily involved in. One way being vocals. Um, and so that was our most recent endeavor of where she participated the most in. Um, but I'd say the first time was probably
maybe June of 2021 when we did the Tualoa benefit concert.
Yeah, we did a benefit concert for To Write Love on Her Arms. That was
cool.
probably the first times. It was pretty exhilarating because that was one of the first live shows we played since Seeking Completion came out due to the pandemic. So
Oh, okay. So that was after the pandemic hit. That's your first show. You're getting, your groove back, so to speak, and you're figuring out where you want to go and what you want to do moving forward.
right.
Okay. Did you have that moment where you looked at each other and you were like, "We sound really good. Like, let's keep doing this."
Yeah, I felt like it went pretty well. We did have to hire a couple of hired guns for that performance, but I'm very proud of how it turned out. I don't know about you.
Seeing as how we had an encore, but no encore song.
Fair enough.
I feel like it went pretty well. I wasn't an encore, so we didn't prepare one, but we have them prepared now.
Yeah. Was it helpful to just get out there and do it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, definitely. We want to do more of that this year. Just hasn't quite happened yet due to, well, last year we played hardly any shows due to the wedding because wedding
primarily
is a lot.
Yeah, no, weddings are exhausting. Like even the planning process. Oh my God, especially with the seating arrangements and all that. Like people do the most. They're just, it can become exhausting mentally and physically, for crying out loud. You're spending so much of your time planning one event for one day, and everybody's got opinions about it, and it's just, how do I filter this? It's nuts. So I completely understand taking a year to like just focus on that because it does take a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Why the focus on electric sounds, rock sounds, and pop sounds? Is that because it's kind of a combination of what you're already influenced by, or why the focus on those sounds?
That's one of the many reasons. Because I mean, if you want to go anywhere as an artist, you got to have a niche audience, and or a target audience, if you will. And like, I like that our sound resonates with multiple genres and multiple fans of various genres. Like we can draw in some diehard fans of A Day to Remember, and we can draw in some diehard fans of Owl City, and they're gonna love it, So.
And I stalked your Facebook page and I read the bio, and it reads, "We are a full band." And I was curious, what does that mean to you? How do you define a full band?
Well, even though we market ourselves as a duo. When we perform full band, it's a 5-piece.
Okay.
So we hire people. We hire a drummer, a guitarist, and a bass player. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's that process for hiring like? Are you looking for somebody with a specific sound? Are you looking for what goes through your mind when you know that you want to hire someone?
Um, so far, it's basically just been close friends that we've met through the local scene
Oh, cool.
that are diverse enough as musicians. Like for the Twaloa show, we borrowed a drummer from a metalcore band, and he did just fine. We borrowed a guitarist from also a metalcore band.
Nice.
And then for that show, I ended up playing bass because the bass player fell through, but it worked out fine.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's most of the time it's just friends and acquaintances that we meet throughout the local scene.
Got it. Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're in a Cleveland suburb, right?
Correct.
You're okay. So this is the Cleveland scene. What is the Cleveland scene doing today? What is it like?
It's pretty all over the place. I mean, there's quite a lot of rap, trap, and hip hop going on, but there's
Mhm.
also plenty of metalheads, plenty of alternative people, punk rockers, the works. It's very diverse. It's really cool.
Yeah. Has Cleveland always been that way? I would imagine it is just because I can name artists off the top of my head that sort of represent different genres and they're from Cleveland.
Yeah, that's in large part what it is.
It's very similar to like the way Columbus works too. Columbus has a lot of diverse musicians. They have a lot of venues you can perform at.
Mm.
Cleveland and Columbus have just that big music scene for art and entertainment.
Mhm.
Cool. So it's healthy, it's alive, you're happy to be part of it. Is everybody pretty supportive and doing well?
Of us.
Yeah.
For the
Each
most part, yeah.
of you, each other, everybody within the community.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, you're still gonna have like some people who like want to voice their opinion and it's not necessarily a positive one or very like a constructive criticism. You have some people who just say they don't like it just because they don't like it. Then you have some people who rave about
Yeah.
it and support you headstrong no matter what decision you make.
Yeah. When you do face those critics or those hard moments, what keeps you going?
Mainly just trying to like block that out and like just think like with every negative comment you have a whole group of people who do like you and want to support you and want you to see your dreams and passions. So trying to take the time to focus on that group of people who do support you can help take away from just focusing on all the hate, the negativity. Sometimes people just want to be negative, just be negative. They want to like draw something down before it even got picked up.
Okay. Do you lean on each other when you encounter those moments?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He and I feed off of it. Like sometimes if he's sad, I try to make him feel better. When I'm sad, he tries to be my superhero in that sense.
Yeah.
Aw. What do you when the other one is sad, what do you do for the other one? What usually boosts each other's mood?
My main love language is food. So like
Yes.
100%. Like I'm like, let's go out to eat. Let's make food together. Let's just have like desserts, things like that.
Yum.
Yeah, a lot of times I get her some of her favorite things to help cheer her up.
Or
Was
just even quality time.
yeah, quality time too. Like I try to. There are some cases where I almost have to basically drag her out of the apartment, but
Oh yeah.
and once I do it, she's like, "Thanks for doing it. I
Right.
know I needed it,
So happy
even
now.
though I'm stubborn."
Okay.
Oh my God, you guys are me and my husband right now. I swear to God, because my husband will he's like, you just want to order a pizza, and then it immediately solves all my problems. Like he just knows, like that.
Mm,
Or if I need to like physically get out and just get my mind off of whatever it is that's going on, he'll be like, let's just go somewhere. Let's just do something. So it's cool that you guys have that and you can, reach each other that way. When you have some downtime yourselves, what shows are you going to see? What musical acts are you going to see?
Mm.
We actually have a lot of friends who do like local shows.
Yeah.
We have like some of our close friends, like they have like a reggae rock band, Panamera. Then we also have our friends who do like more folk acoustic for Rocks and Roots. And we also see
Mm-hmm.
our metalcore friends do like Dreamwalker, the Dream Analysis, Paradox Rift, things like that.
Mhm.
We go and see them perform.
Shout out to all those local bands.
Shout out to all of our local bands.
Shout out Cleveland doing it. When you are posting on social media, I can see that there's a lot of chatter about Mend. What's going on with Mend? Are we excited about this?
I'm very excited about it.
Absolutely.
He's been
Cool.
raving about it. He's been holding on to it for months. He's like, I'm ready to release it. And it's
So
now
cool. So for anybody that has no clue what we're talking about, what is Mend?
Mend is our new single. It comes out on the 22nd of March.
Mm-hmm.
This is our very first time featuring a professional signed touring artist. So that's what we're most excited about.
Cool.
His name is Josh Bramlett. He sings for a hard rock group called The Protest. I don't know if you've heard of them or looked them up. They're super awesome. One of the kindest human beings I've ever met. We're gradually becoming closer friends too, but it was really cool how it turned out because he has a very gritty rocker voice, and my voice is not gritty rocker, and it just blended really well. So, I guess the overarching theme of Mend is essentially, we're at a place in the world nowadays where so much garbage has happened, so much corruption, so much
Totally.
negativity, darkness, etc., has happened to the point where hopefully this song will basically tell people, hey, it's okay to heal, darn it. Like,
It's time
okay.
to mend.
Yeah. Yeah. Because some of the lyrics say, what will it take to live again? Love that's complete. How will I know where truth begins? Fervent belief. Yeah, like it's time to heal, pretty much. That's the
Totally.
overarching.
Yeah, we definitely need that because it's been chaotic, really. I mean, I would argue since 2016 it's been chaotic for the whole country. No, like nobody knows what's going on, nobody knows what's going to happen next. It's like we're watching a giant reality TV show and we're just eating the popcorn like, okay, I guess we're strapping in for this ride and whatever comes. So, getting a featured artist, tell me about that process. Who made the first phone call? How did that go?
Yeah, that was me. Pretty much like some people simply don't have the courage to ask because they immediately think, I'm just going to get shot down anyway.
Yeah.
that's the worst weapon is.
Right.
No, I don't want to do it.
Right. Like before I found Josh, no, I mean, like they are a larger up and coming band than we are, but at the same time, they're by no means as big as Taylor Swift, you know.
Maybe
I get you. Yeah, I get what you're meaning.
But at the same time, they're a lot further along in their career than we are. So, and I didn't solely do it for marketing purposes or to get protest fans to like Circadia. Yeah, that's part of it ultimately, but I also wanted to become closer friends with them because I know they're good quality human beings, and I want to learn from them. That's the big thing, is I want to learn how they do the business side of things so we can grow as well.
Yeah. I don't think that's selfish at all. I think that's called networking. And I think you do it in any industry. Why would music be any different?
Yeah. So I just reached out on their Facebook page. They were one of the very few artists that actually replied to me.
Yeah, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, and then some of them just shot me down right off the bat. Chances are it was a pre-populated because they're too busy. I don't know, but I
Who
don't
knows?
let it get to me.
So other than Mend, what's next for you? What are we excited about?
I'm excited just to have the album be released because we've been working on it. since April of 2021.
Yeah.
Is when we started to do the mixing, like do the whole like beginning project for Run Wild, which is the For King and Country cover. That started April of 2021, but that didn't get released to like October of that year.
Okay.
Yeah. But we're very excited about Built from Heartache. It is the sequel to Seeking Completion. The overarching message of Seeking Completion is like the old country song, looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
You know, looking for completion in all the wrong things, material things, status, money, business, etc., etc. You know, that's not where you're going to find completion or love. Built from Heartache is the sequel to that, where like we went through a whole bunch of darkness, you know, over the past couple years. So now it's more like, hey, it's time to build and overcome from everything that we faced. We're stronger than this. We can push through.
Yeah, and we're so ready for that because we're over it, and I think a lot of us are ready to move on. Well, I
Yeah.
am so excited to see what comes next. We'll definitely stay tuned. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.